Welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt and this is Crypto. Today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the most bullish meme coins in all of crypto right now, and that is SPX6900. Now, if you've been living under an absolute rock and you're not familiar with what SPX6900 is, well, this is for you. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to join my Discord, which is 100% free to join, scroll down, click the link, and I'll see you there. We've been calling multiple bangers in the last couple of months with 3 picks hitting between that 10 and 20x. Quokka, DXY, and Bappo have been crushing it. So yeah, scroll down, click the link, and we'll see you there. Cheers, legends. Let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so SPX6900, looking at the chart straight away, absolutely cooking. As you can see, this is a bullish cup and handle pattern, which is a bullish continuation pattern to the upside. So this has a high probability of breaking out. We saw it forming, talked about it, and it did play out as we hoped it would. Now from here, SPX6900 is primed to go a significant amount higher. Now, why do I think this? Well, there are multiple different reasons. Let's dive in. First up, let's start with Murad. So Murad is the most influential person when it comes to meme coins and one of the most influential people in not just meme coins, but in all of crypto. So Murad was made highly popular by his speech on the meme coin supercycle. Now, his most bullish pick of the meme coin supercycle is SPX6900. And if you haven't watched Murad's speech on SPX6900, I would suggest you do so. It is found everywhere. Just YouTube it. You will absolutely find it. So Murad, super influential, has almost 1 million followers on Twitter, and SPX6900 is one of the most talked about coins in crypto. Here's a short video of Murad talking about SPX6900 and in essence the thesis behind it, with people believing in SPX6900 like they believed in Bitcoin back in 2013. This is about strong community growth. This is about onboarding a cult-like community to believe and buy the one thing.
The meme coins which will become the most Bitcoin-like will win. And I think there's no doubt that SPX6900 is already developing a Bitcoin-like culture of holding, diamond handing, DCAing, believing, and evangelizing. It's reviving the spirit of early Bitcoin. And in my opinion, SPX6900 today is like BTC in 2013. Unhinged delusion every step of the way, which is the best possible situation from a mental perspective. Every decade or so, people collectively express a need for an alternative asset to invest in, one that defies the norms of traditional finance. And SPX6900 is the next chapter in this evolution.
The more you inspire an average holder, the more they're going to go hustle, provide free energy, free labor, free money, free time for the sake of the community, attracting more and more attention. And this is why I believe SPX6900 is going to go to $100 billion this cycle.
So those are a couple of little snippets on Murad talking about SPX6900. He thinks it's going to 100 bill, but even if it doesn't run to 100 billion, even if say it runs to 50 billion, even if it runs to 25 billion, we're still talking about 10x, 20x, 30x gains. Huge numbers from here. Now, if you want to go on CoinMarketCap and click on memes, you can scroll down and see that SPX6900 is now the 7th largest meme coin after Doge, Shiba Inu, Pepe, Bonk, Pudgy Penguins, and Trump. And it has a market cap of almost 2 billion. And if you want to have a look at the top 10 meme coins rounding out with WIF, then SPX, other than Pudgy Penguins, Pengu, is the best performing meme coin over the past 7 days. So what is SPX6900 and why is it doing so well? Well, SPX6900 is a memetic flippening of the S&P 500. So this is a conceptual challenge to the traditional S&P 500, and it's a memetic thought and a memetic vision of flipping that S&P 500. And if you want to have a look at the market cap of the S&P 500, it has a market cap of $52 trillion. So absolutely enormous. The whole thesis is flipping TradFi. It is kind of that we were born into a world where buying a house means taking a mortgage in the hundreds of thousands. Pretty much life is getting more and more difficult. People that are doing well in the stock market have been in the stock market for multiple decades. You're paying too much in your rent. Everything is hyper expensive. And the mass money printing and debasement of currency is affecting day-to-day life for the average person. So SPX6900 is in essence a memetic vision to flip the S&P 500. For me, the most important parts are the person behind it that supports it, Murad, the community that has grown, and the community is undoubtedly one of the strongest communities in all of crypto, and the vision. So the actual vision and the actual narrative I think is so damn strong. I think that people in crypto largely want to separate themselves from traditional finance. Traditional finance in a lot of ways doesn't even keep up with real or true inflation. The actual value that we are losing is close to 8%, and a lot of investments in TradFi struggle to net you an 8% ROI year on year. So a lot of youth today is flowing to crypto, and a lot of people are flowing to meme coins to try and make that wealth, to try and actually kind of catch up, not necessarily get ahead, but catch up with where everyone else is or where the people in the generations before are. I think regardless of your demographic, you can probably see that it is more difficult for people born today to get ahead financially. It is hyper competitive. The world is definitely player versus player. And although there are so many different opportunities and so many new ways to make money, it is very difficult for the average person. So I really like that this is a memetic shift away from TradFi. And I think that it is one of the biggest meme coins, and it has the potential to be the largest meme coin in crypto, if not one of the top 3 or 4 meme coins. Now, where do I think the top 3 or 4 meme coins are going? Well, I think Doge, SHIB, and Pepe are going to be in the top 4, and there is room for one more. I think those are locked 3. However, I don't think that Bonk, Pengu, Trump are locked in the top 4. I think those are all fighting it out with SPX and maybe even Fartcoin. So I think those are all kind of in a race to get that 4th position. Now, I think Dogecoin is going to a market cap of maybe 100 billion. And while this might sound crazy, it has in the past run to almost 75 billion in market cap. I think that Shiba Inu is going to be the 2nd largest meme coin. Who knows how high that is going? I think the leading meme coin is going to 100 billion. And I think that the meme coins below that in the top 4 are all going to have market caps above 20 billion. Now, even if SPX runs to 25 billion, which is definitely on the more reserved side of things, as Murad thinks it's going to 100 billion, that is still a 10x from here. 10x from here, there's going to be so much liquidity into it, and it wouldn't surprise me if there was this massive God candle and retail just mass FOMOing into SPX6900. It almost reminds me of GameStop, the stock. Now, I know this is super different as GameStop is a stock and SPX6900 is a meme coin, but it almost reminds me of when Roaring Kitty made this ripping trade and traded GameStop all the way from around $1 and it ran up to $80. And in TradFi, an 80x returns is just unheard of, absolutely insane. And this was largely due to a mass retail FOMO. Everyone was kind of trading this like a meme coin. And I think if you haven't been around in a bull run before, the amount of FOMO and the amount of people just aping in calls, it's absolutely insane. So for me, I think that SPX has a good potential to be almost that GameStop like meme coin, that coin that just absolutely rips. Now, I know this is a stock that I'm talking about and there is a meme coin of GameStop, but I think SPX has a narrative that I think retail is really going to find easy to palate. I think a lot of people that are dipping their toes in the water of meme coins for the first time, they might want to stick to the top 10 meme coins. I think out of these meme coins, SPX6900 is primed to net you the best returns. For me, it's definitely one of my most bullish picks this cycle, and I really do love the narrative. I also love the narrative of the beta plays to SPX6900, and I have an entire video here where I talk about my 5 most bullish beta picks to SPX6900. So if you do want to watch that, make sure you click the link below. I'll leave it right here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and join my Discord if you want. It's 100% free to join, but only for the next few weeks. All right, cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.